So floating meaning is was previously used two groups wall. So that's going to be one of them. Thank you. We both do the house, but then she says yeah, we do it all. We do it all I'm going to call somebody to super yeah, all your words are good. Windows here, and you've got casing. So you can put the windows around plastic. That's the air here, so that whatever draft but also holds the air. They sell them. You can literally spot that. I do the same for our house. Yeah. Yes.
It's been Jay, yeah.
Yeah, so you're not. I saw it yesterday. In the middle of the day, and I'm like 99% sure because I was my backpack there, ran to the bathroom, left. 99% sure I saw it.
I did that right for 6 years now. You guys are eights?
Exactly. Pass it on. No, I just went through it.
I'm a 9. So I am actually a sample. But I can he's just dropped Wednesdays, and it's the first time I've held them in my hand. And it's the word on either. I may have put on a pair of ultras. Direction of the exam. That's a total. Divided very similar approach.
You have 2 seconds?
Yes.
Hey.
Okay.
How are you?
It looks different, doesn't it? Yeah. From the last time you were here? I gotta go talk to Michael quick. I'll be back in 2 minutes.
There you go. Don't worry.
Double. Nice to meet you.
How was your night? Good. Long day, long day. Are you staying locally? Train station? Okay. Did you stay at the ferry office? Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Is it on the other side of the river?
Yep, other side of the river. Right across the bridge.
Okay.
It's like a mile.
How do you go out to get it? Did you guys walk over or drive over? Oh, you have to go there.
There is.
The only box I moved was the fabric. Okay.
Yeah, I checked with him. He's like, he saw it this morning too. So like, it's gotta be.
Did it get pushed to the back?
No, the Boston shoe, everyone shoes, the Boston shoe, metal shoes. I mean, unless someone put it in the van, because I did the van, I was scared to shoot the basement.
Thank you, son.
I'm literally in the middle of the I know right now. But it's
Oh, so that's. How are you?
It's changed now. It is.
I've had there before. Oh.
That piece is still small, but it fits.
Yeah.
It's not size 10. But I think that's okay. I'm more worried about the men's size. He's going to be too small. The smaller side, that's what we were talking about yesterday. Rating,
It's possible that I'm wrong, but I think I
I think the reason they have the emergency rescue
right, it's a small part. I mean, it doesn't make sense to do that. No, he said he doesn't want that. He said he doesn't want ultrafly. It's not much of a different size for logos. But if we're rating by size, I think that's okay. If size 6 on ultrafly, size 6 on Sagama on the same size logos, that's okay. But he doesn't want like a size B on a size 10 Sagama and then a size C on a size 10 ultrafly. Like he just wants them to match 1 to 1 for each like size of this for grading. I don't know. I mean, you guys tell me. Does it make sense? We always just
My understanding from talking to Dave is that whenever a in the size range.
Exactly.
But it, then there is that flexibility. So I know too tight, too soft.
You guys should be correct, but
Maybe Lawrence knows.
I have a different understanding.
And I think, I mean, so for this, what our options are, is just keep it as a size C.
Because we're so far along.
Well, that's what I said when we were first making this change. I told them, it just looks bad. Like, we're okay with C. But now it's
The reason I'm being such a hardcore person at this right now is because we have to do that.
Yeah. And I think,
You know, how many hours in the work are you talking about that?
and how we revision, I think it makes sense. Is you're representing to like clarify it. It's just unfortunate that this is with Nike because we're going so much back and forth. I'd much rather not have this conversation with Nike, especially now that we've told them we're going to be in. I was actually happy with
I
having.
know, I agree completely. And you know what? This is
Yeah.
and now we're in a position to figure it out. A lot of that pressure is on me.
Yeah.
So that's why I have to be this.
I think.
I'm not just being.
No, I understand. I don't.
It's only continuous to
I'm a teamwork, believe me.
perché non avevo linea.
Wait, I'm just.
Okay.
Non avevo linea, ok.
I've worked with many other companies.
Sì, arrivo.
Yeah.
Arrivo subito.
I'm just trying to get this pushed through on the deadline that we have.
We do.
I'm hoping.
You have the
I'm hoping January for me to just being a public security, so that nobody's there's no reason for this to not get
This
employed.
has got to be decided today. I know, and again, you know what's going to go again with the new, police office is now a situation where you're they have multiple like.
Which I think is okay. That
I don't know.
has to be because we talked about that along with that with those versus got
Yes.
we had more on the other version, right? Oh, traction.
We've never had.
I see. I was thinking.
Yes, we're good.
But I think stylistically, Max said that was okay as long as we have our one. Because our rule is we need one underneath some sort of traction. Right? If we have more, it's better for the Max. There's no market.
No, but we have to.
Like, you don't have to worry about anything that's less than hours. Haven't even seen it. No, it's all set. Don't even worry about it. Thank you, Andy.
That's my approach.
No, Andy.
I mean, if in my opinion, if Fabrizio and Jay say it's okay, like let's just run with it at this stage. Whereas if both of them are like, let's go for it, then I don't see a reason why.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. We have to have a conversation.
Yeah.
We can't just say it's okay, because then we run the risk of, once we have multiple different agencies instead of one.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Just looking for.
Well, as I said, this is how I've been operating for the past 3 years, so I can understand you.
Hi Jay.
Well, I'll let you guys, just let me know if you want to discuss it.
Yeah, she should bring up the Jay whenever he is in a second.
Hi, how are you? My name's Elizabeth. Albert Jones, can you see?
He's going.
Elizabeth.
Yeah, so that is going to be.
Sorry?
Here.
walking. This is the
Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely covered, but it's not the ideal. So I'm just looking for a conversation that we all.
What are you going to do tomorrow? See, you got me standing rotation. Where this where we have one set for it. Actually, it's that X right over there. That's the word. Judy, place to set up.
My understanding is this is acceptable. This B is what we, same word, put it together, we try to use these. Just one sort of, we can't, we use serial or I think what it's about. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's two questions, two items. What do they want and what do we want them to have, right? Because
Well, I think that,
can't always
yeah,
get what
it's
you
not,
want.
it's not a question of having size beyond all the size or size below all the size. It's just our option. So either we grade or we size down to our, I don't think we size down to our,
It's gonna be a time limit.
It's a Berthos, I think.
So I guess it was pretty obvious yesterday.
Can you take care of this over here?
Alberto's done it before. I showed.
Yeah, it does look bigger.
Keep that away from the cement. Keep away from the cement. What was Jim's question? What the weight of the NCSO was? You just had a relativity charge? No, I went and weighed it.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about?
Green, black, and baseball card? Yeah. Thank you so much. The beam will fit on all the sizes. Hello guys, are we okay? Jay?
Yeah, we do it with plus.
Are you okay? Let's, guys.
It'll be fine. It's not, we're getting, it's a dry run. Mark is gonna want to see it again.
Yeah.
We'll go right in after that.
What's that?
After that, we'll go into our chicken grill.
Okay.
Guys, can you come here one sec? Everybody, Allora, a quick, so the other people are arriving. So you don't know most of the people, so maybe we'll go for the locals, a quick introduction, like your name and how long you've been in Hebron and what you do. Just to give you an idea. Oh, hi. Ciao Chris. Ciao Greg. Ciao. So to give you an idea, we open for the Italian situation. We got this space in September, October, maybe actually in August 2018. We started the work together with Max. We started the work on 2018, October 2018. This was a previous pizzeria. There were rides like this inside here, especially on the other floor where they had the open and stuff. We started, everything was a mess here. We started the work. We ended up opening in May 2019 with a big event. We have a video, one of the next videos that we're going to see will be the video which we are opening. At the time we called this the Boston Experience Center that became the Boston Connection Lab. As you can see, it's a working environment, it's not retained. There is a piece, I mean, if somebody's coming in and is interested in not retained, we have a few things to reality. We convert the space into a working space, testing space. So I'll let Jay and Steve introduce themselves, and then Jay will run us through the different areas that they're working on.
Hi guys, welcome. I know many of you, so my name is Jay Steary, and I manage what we call the product creation team, and that involves inline product development, innovation, and merchandising. And I'll just sort of start this way and work our way around and give Donald time to set up. So this guy, congratulations, he's still here.
Yeah, my name's David Durant. I met Mosi yesterday. I've been at Wyvern for 10 years now, and I'm the Innovation Industrial Specialist.
And that's a promotion since the last time you guys met, so big
11 years in the marketing team, working for Greg, and I help manage the Boston space. New events, anything Greg Taylor wants me to do, ready and available. So, yeah.
I would point to the attention on Tyler's footwear. His name came out many times, if you remember, in Boulder. He's the perfect person to represent and to explain what 5 Fingers is all about. Always be the perfect person.
Bravo.
Bravo.
I've met a lot of you, so I'm coming up to 1 week, and I'll be here for a year. I lead KFC here, Singapore down in Italy. I'm in Starbucks here in Boston doing innovation, some topics on development engineering, leading insights from kind of looking at feedback into the product and longer term vision.
I'm Amy Whited. I've been here for about 6 months, and I'm a biomechanical engineer. I work with Dustin, for Pastor Jane and Jay.
I'm Lawrence Anastasi. Been here for a few years, and I started out in account management and mailroom manager, shipping, receiving, trade show booth construction, marketing manager, when we had a team of 4 people. So we started small, but I've been managing accounts for a number of years, and I'm currently working primarily with Maryland accounts.
First employee of Iron USA.
Yeah.
My daughter is 21. He's older than my daughter. I don't know.
I don't know where he was going there.
I went for the punchline.
Experience.
Can you come forward? So people can see from every angle.
Yeah. Hi, everybody. My name is Martina. I work in Milan in the Bureau of Potential Lab. I'm the office manager. That's what I do for it. I'm very happy to be here. Ciao, Elena. I work in Milano on the marketing
Cioè ragazzi venite al centro perché sennò non si vede niente, non si sente niente.
Ciao guys, I'm Sarah and I'm part of HLP. Hi everyone, I'm Elena and I work in the supermarket relation team.
Hi everyone, I'm Tony Mattioli. I manage the people, five favors business and other finished goods business here in the Americas. And work with the distributors that we work with the sales agencies that we work with to try to promote, build the digital sales business. I've been here about 3.5 years. Foundry hired me in March.
Hi everyone, I'm Alberto Monti and I'm Director Global.
Yeah, but
You will know me, so anyway, I've worked with probably every single one of you, but I look after the PR for North American background, but I also work with colleagues in Italy, Japan, China, and I work all across the business. So anything to do with communications, work really closely with Alberto, we work with global companies, in here, years now.
yeah, pretty much.
And I'm Brian Mayte. I'm the sales manager for the East for USA and Canada. Started working with Lawrence and I coincidentally took over that area minus Merrill and New Balance. Often outspoken, always energetic. Nice to meet you.
Hey guys, my name is Allan, innovation concept creator here in Boston, working with the innovation team and design team. I've been here for about a year, helping put together all of this that's around tonight.
You did an excellent job. So it's great to meet all of you. Welcome to.
Actually, I'm missing. Sorry guys. I'm Alessandro Nandini. I joined the company 10 years ago. I was working in sales. And I'm actually leading the sales team in Europe on the other side. Thank you.
That's it, right, everybody?
Anybody?
I'm the oldest employee here.
By far.
Well, okay.
29 years in the company.
Well, that's,
I'm the guy who started in USA in 1999. Coming with a very small office and hiring Lawrence. We had the office, the first office, official office was not far from here. It was by we are outside the stage. General manager of the company trying to make the dream come true. That was the
Remind us your name again?
So thank you for everything you're doing for the company. And we had a very nice meeting last week. Some of you heard already Marco yesterday. It was a very interesting meeting. We want to bring new energy, new opportunity, new idea. We think that here in USA we have a good opportunity. Fabrizio was also in LA, around LA, Denver, same good vibe around Vibram. I think we outsource. I think from now on we can only do better. But we need you guys because the company are making.
and we're tuning them for the US-based customer. So a perfect idea, which we'll show you later on, is a shoe with Merrill, our largest customer, and what if ELM meant Merrill? You can't have this yet, Lawrence, but this is something that you'll see, and we'll share a little bit later on. What's really cool right now is the idea of getting hands-on rubber craftsmanship, not just squeezing rubber, but making digital expressions. And how do you do that really fast? So what we're doing is we're bringing in virtual reality tools. And again, using the Oculus system that originated from games and actually originated from military simulators. We're actually going to use a program called Gravity Sketch, will actually make it so we can design shoes in real time. And somebody may look at that and say it's a game again, or it's just a fancy tool. I want you to look at it through the eyes of creativity, and it's a collaboration tool. We already have one of these set up in Portland, and we're going to have one of these set up in Milano. So on any given day, Alberto's team, Gabrielle and Pietro can meet with Sean and Dowell here, and also Jacob. and Daniel, and they can actually be in one virtual room together, designing shoes on the fly without the cost of a plane ticket. That's our protection. So what we want to do is have Dobble give a quick demonstration, and I want you to come around and see. Probably better shift over here, because we've got a monitor up here. And then we're going to show how anybody can use it, because we're going to put Mr. Manuzzi on the spot. Paolo, you're going to be playing the part of Marco, and learn how to do this real quick. So you can step up. You can go ahead, Dobble, and be on time.
Yeah, so
Everybody come around.
you guys,
Speak loud, Dobble.
can you guys see the screen?
Yeah.
Yeah. You can see the shoe?
Yeah.
Okay.
Leveraging on the large set in a little thicker way.
Yeah, the insight was that the 3D pyramid shape looked good, but it couldn't be commercialized. But what we learned is you make them proud, a little bit taller than which was counterintuitive, a little bit taller than the plane itself. You'll actually get that spike feeling. And these are still subject to testing, and we like to be more aggressive where we can.
Yeah.
This is our favorite, right?
And we were a little bit inboard on the cobbling, but thank you to Gino Conti, who you may have met in the past days. He made one so we have a visual representation of our moving adaptive level. So that's those are the two projects we have currently on AG, next generation.
Cool. Very cool.
Very cool.
So the next project, I'm just going to look on the table and put people on the spot. We're very interested in the bubble technology. We like the idea of maybe the execution of bubble, but we thought, what about the idea of how do we do hybrids? How do we mix rubber? So more to come on that. But in the meantime, we're trying to get used to how the technology works. So I think it was Dustin. Who's working on the New Balance?
Fine.
You're okay. Go ahead and just grab it and share it. And what we're trying to do, honestly, is when I talk about for the American market, we're trying to use brands that Americans understand over here. So with all due respect to the work that Eddie does out of China, we're trying to put it on shoes that people can relate to here. So go ahead and take a stab.
Yeah, so this was just my first time trying to resole a New Balance shoe with the bubble technology. So just carving out their midsole and then applying the bubble technology to it. I think there's an opportunity where we can kind of mesh our foams with existing foam and kind of have, this is obviously very, very rough, but having like a cobbled aesthetic to it where our bubble technology is insetting into their foams or clicking into their foams. That's an option because you know New Balances, Nikes, below are not going to come to us for our foams necessarily, but if it's an engine that we're selling with the bubble and our rubber and it's working with their foams, I think that's an option. So this was kind of my attempt at taking New Balance's existing foam, carving it out and applying it to this. I will say it's at least the ones that the bubble soles that we have here are super narrow, so adapting that was a little bit of a challenge. If we have wider bubble soles to like go more towards like that streetwear last that's a little bit wider, it would be interesting. But then there's also like the functionality of it, which I think Dustin can speak to. He has a sample that he's passing around over there.
Yeah, I don't know where to go. So the concept of this is like very inspired just through DLN and lacing and fit. So there's basically all these cables that run internally through the bubble, so you can actually hold taut, like you can put through. So it is like a dynamic lacing system, and how you can integrate or make the holes of the bubble a feature of the shoe. And it's all based on fit and providing a new aesthetic that we can provide our consumer. So I can pass this around and go this way.
So, Katie, so that's a great lead into the other technology that's coming out of the insights from the Milano team is what they call ELM, which is this energy lace moving. And probably under the heading of how can we improve our communications, there was a box that came to us almost a year ago from sales, and I had all these soles in it. We're like, what is this about? A lot of phone calls back and forth, and then we got on with the folks at the Connection Lab, and they started showing us ideas, and then they showed us a great deck. And then we actually showed it to Merrill, and they were like, guys, we're all over this, start playing with it. And so that's really what we started to do. So with Dobble and Dustin and Amy. They're going to walk you through some of their ideas. And this is just really, you'll see that this particular idea lends itself to really how do you make an integrated outsole and a shoe upper, and how do you break down the parts vary and make it a singular integrated experience. So the best of a pull-on boot with a performance aspect. So go ahead and start.
Yep. So these two were just different lacing methods for ELM with a Merrill upper put onto it. So Merrill's trail shoe, I resold it, put the ELM into it, and just put it on for a wear test. I think it's pretty cool. It holds up well. My insight from this was that it's great for tightening around the shank area, but around the toe, it doesn't really pull your toe or tighten in that zone. So from there, I wanted to do a wrap tech version. So this is the old Hoka shoe that I cut up the midsole and just made it so it was prepped for wrap tech, and put a wrap tech ELM like system all around it. So you can see it's similar where it's like the heel tightens, you have the shank, and then this toe area that tightens. It's two sets of places. Just using our regular wrap tech sheet and cutting it up into a pattern. And obviously this can be designed a little bit better and refined. But I think it's interesting where these parts aren't glued, only the bottom is glued. All the parts on the side of the toe are loose. It's just the lacing that's tightening them up. So it's like a cage that's 360 all around the shoe. Which is what this I think is, but because it's glued down, it's difficult for it to actually tighten. Well, this is more freeform. So I think maybe in between of these, when we have molded parts that are glued here, but still able to be pulled, I think could be really interesting. And then I think Amy would
actually have to Justin go because I kind of need to segue with component.
Okay.
The ELM, the arch one you were playing with?
I think that's the one we talked about right there.
Oh, did you already do? No, I thought it was the. No, yeah, it goes there.
Ah, that's right.
Sorry.
Yeah, so this one, similar lacing system, but there's 4 kind of cutouts in the bottom that would all be able to pendulum or kind of conform to your foot when you lace it up to provide kind of that locked in or arch fit to it. So they're all free floating and they're all integrated through cables, and they're maybe.
Actually, Marco just showed us one that he cut himself to do exactly the same.
So it's a free floating thing designed again based on fit to the wearer, and it's customized to each person. Also killed my fingers.
What does ELM mean?
Energy.
There's an interesting story about the naming of it, but I can't tell you, because we are in the US. It's including backwards from Caesar. And then we came out with energy listening. But the original name was, yeah, I cannot.
Don't teach us the bad
Well,
words.
Yes, engineering lessons make.
Something
What about?
yeah. So we can,
All right, yeah, so I already took a go with the ELM as well. I used 2 different Vibram uppers. This one is kind of more of the trail runner approach, and I incorporated the BOA lacing system. So you have control of that fit with kind of the convenience of BOA. So there's that. And then the other one, I took more of a lifestyle approach here, similar to Dobble. I wanted to use some of our leather to create almost like a lace garage or lace cage. So, you still have that, you can make it fit to your foot, that conformity, but it won't catch as you're walking.
Yeah, I think we should mention one of our insights. We had the Vibram athletes come in and we had a conversation with them upstairs, and we showed them the ELM soles that we had, and we hadn't prototyped these yet, but we were talking to them, and one of their first things that they said about the trail concept is, this is going to catch on something. So we're trying to make it a lower profile on the side, so that's not an issue.
So from the ELM, we're also inspired by Component, and what we like about Component is the obvious is that you're not using glues and adhesives. And we also like the idea of its ability to a person to self-create. And so as many of you know, I was part of the Construct project at Timberland, and we actually used the component as an early idea for self-expression. And again, kudos to the team in Milano for really sort of taking it to a different level. And we were really inspired by this shoe, but we were really inspired by the next version. I'll let Amy speak about how she's interpreting the technology.
Yeah, so I kind of took it as this interchangeable, you can have, this is a rapid prototype, so mind it's finished here. You can have 3 different uppers, but you're one sole component. Maybe beginning of the day, I want more of a slipper, and maybe at night, I want a sleeker leather upper, so I could just click and interchange. Or perhaps it could be more of a 3-season story. So you've got your summer clog, your winter Ugg, and then more of a fall, spring leather upper here.
So it's pretty cool. And one of the other things is, think of today's travel restrictions. Imagine if you packed one sole and 3 uppers, and imagine you'd be down to, for those of you who like to wear multiple pairs of shoes when you travel, you'd be down to one thing. I'm sure you've already thought about that, but we're inspired by some more to come. On the segueing into the idea of components, and again, mixing technology, we've been working with Daniel Bailey, who's one of the noted designers out there in the space. He's worked with the Milano Lab, he's worked with us here, and he has a brand that he's launching called Terracotta. And the Terracotta brand is going to be a luxury, premium streetwear meets fashion that are going to express parts of his past life. So he came to us and said, I want to make a boot inspired by my youth being in the snowfields and skiing in Turkey. My father was in the military. I want to make a military-inspired boot. I want to have it the adaptability for being in the mountains, yet being also in the city. And I also want it to be sustainable, and I want it to be rugged, and I want it to be Vibram. So a lot of all the above. And so our team met with, and our team met with, we were very intrigued simultaneously behind the scenes. We were very intrigued with the SnapFit technology, and we were very intrigued with some of the Stratix methods of make. So I'm going to have Sean and Mike take you through their inspiration for what is going to be coming out in the market of fall of 23 as an exclusive, maybe 500 to 600 pairs, maybe around $500 a piece, maybe not available to everybody. The Terracotta project, which is going to be a pinnacle project for us.
So as you guys know, collaborations are huge in the market, and the purpose of the collaborations are to bring attention and brand hype and heat to both brands. And to that end, working with Daniel, who's collaborated with the likes of Adidas. If you go onto his Instagram page, you see a really fantastic presentation of some of the design and packaging that he's done. He's really an outside-the-box thinker. So working with him, and working really with any designers, you've got to sort of take in those ideas, and engineering actually will focus those ideas into something that's manufactured. So right now we're in the process of working with Daniel to make iterations and leveraging some of the innovations from Italy, luxury rubber and SnapFit. And right now we're in the process of just going back and forth with Daniel to kind of synthesize his ideas into something that's workable. So I guess I'll pass this around. You can see the kind of stages of design. Daniel provides really beautiful renderings, and we just try to actually leverage some of that into workable prototypes.
Yeah, so this is the inspiration behind the assembly. This came out of Lorenzo's team, I believe, and we call it SnapFit, no cement. It's a sustainability, mechanical story. So what Daniel wants to do, that idea mirrored up with what he wanted to do, which was eliminate cements from the shoe. So these are mock-ups that we've done. We haven't actually opened molds, but we can pass these around and you can see. The idea would be have multiple rubber pieces fit together and then insert the midsole on top. And then with the upper pieces, they would all get stitched right to the upper and there would be no glue. And when we visited in July in Italy and we saw the luxury rubber and the vacuum foaming process, we thought, that additionally we might be able to eliminate more molds with these vacuum foamed rubber parts. So that's kind of where we are now. Right there. So we're very much in love with the luxury rubber and the idea of molding. But not having molds, but simplifying the whole molding process. So we're working with Daniel, and Pietro's helped us out a lot as well. And what's the name of the group? The Ad Hoc?
Ad Hoc, you guys have worked with them on some five-figure stuff. So this shoe here, I have to take it back to, you sold yourself short. So one of the discussions that we've been having is, and I know this is a favorite subject for Brian, is that we have this really great sandal footbed called VIMF, and we're trying to.
That's the outspoken.
We're trying to, but we like the idea that it's really cushy and how do we do this. And what we also see in markets in the U.S. is this growing nature of convertible shoes and mules. And so we said, what if luxury rubber had this great comfortable footbed that you could mold to your foot, and then with the tradition of the Caramado. So what you get is this great New England new version of an LL Bean shoe where you can step into it. I call it the dog walking shoe. Go out and get the paper shoe. Get the mail, super thin and elegant, yet everything that is about Vibram and 100% Vibram. So again, a raw prototype. We didn't have time. We're going to put our pull tabs on it. And this is again a perfect example of the team. You guys have been living with luxury rubber for a number of years, and I know Pete's been out there. But our team comes in, our new guys come in, and we get excited about it. We actually, the name would be changed because we thought luxury rubber didn't translate. The team came back and called it Stratex. And we've been showing it around, and then we're looking at the trends in the marketplace towards sustainability, the trends in the marketplace towards non-meat consumption. And so all of a sudden you have a product that meets Vibram's needs of durability, quality. Most importantly, it meets the customer's needs and the customer's requirement for a sustainable idea that meets their aesthetic, and it's really, really easy to do. We have a vacuum forming machine that is what, somewhere in Watertown. Where's that vacuum forming machine?
It's right there.
It's supposed to be right here, but again, thanks to the team overseas for helping us with some of these props. So this is really, really super exciting stuff.
So I'm going to put you on the spot. Let's talk 1 second about the two Nike projects.
I'm going to turn over to the woman right behind you who's on that project.
Who's Davo? Yeah. Okay. Davo, come here and let's talk about the two Nike projects. Yes. So that is that our friends from Italy, they are aware of what's going on.
Do you want to?
Everybody's heard Nike.
Press the samples around. No, it's these around.
So, just to talk a little bit about the business reason, Nike has been getting a lot of consumer feedback about the fact that the compounds they were using for their soles were not providing good traction. So they recognized that it would be a wise decision to reach out to Vibram for some of Vibram's input, expertise, not just in terms of performance, but also design. So Davo and Kyle worked through 3 or 4 rounds of design on the first.
Yeah. So it was cool. It was a Gamma project. It was great because we started out in the design process as an internal team where all of our designers kind of met and did some concepts and pitched them to Nike. And some of us were able to go to Portland and talk to them, work with them in Portland. And then we kind of came back, gave them our final designs, and they picked a direction to go in. And then we worked directly with their team, one-to-one designer, one-on-one. We just went back and forth with revisions, which was, I think, great. And I think leading into the second project, it's been great because we already have a relationship with them and know how they work. So for this faster turnaround for the second project, it's been really beneficial.
Yeah, so we're at the point now where we are about to open the second set of the Huerta sample molds. We're just working out some issues with the logo at this point. And once that's produced, they'll be making samples and they'll be sending them out to their athletes.
But discussion on it all.
Yeah, there's something that came up yesterday as far as the size that we have to use, the size B. This is a size C logo.
Yeah.
So Nike wants to use the size B logo, but it's leaving it as a size B. It's not really fitting well on the smaller sizes because this piece of rubber is so small.
We just
Modify the bigger
we guide our customers generally to use the B logo
One
in
last
every
challenge.
case.
Yeah, but
So,
we have a huge mega rate also coming up.
Yeah, so I think it's gonna be one more conversation.
No, no, tell them.
It's,
We have to find a solution.
yeah.
Make it bigger,
It
right?
has to be big.
yeah, because that's what.
If they want also, it's even easier.
Yeah, so I mean, it's one last challenge that we have, it's,
Take it away,
I'm
maybe.
clarifying all the issues with
Because
Jeffrey.
we agree.
Yeah, I mean, that was a discussion that we had yesterday with Max.
Yeah.
If that's the only option, I think we'll go with that. We don't need the mega grip under the octagon because we have the large mega grip.
We have the large mega grip anyway, so at
Yeah.
that point I don't care, honestly.
But our normal way is to have the type B logo on all the sizes in the size range. So we need to see if we can create that.
So we got the Zagama and then we got just very recently the replacement of the Vaporfly. We call it the Ultrafly.
We can pop that up on the computer later on. It's really a work in process.
You want to show?
So, throw it up there or?
Yeah.
That's really quick. So, good. We're very, the folks at Nike are super excited to work with Vibram and talk about the power of the brand. They called us, which is kind of nice because their customers said that they go out running, they're professional runners, and they're not confident in the product they had for their races. And they saw all the other people wearing Vibram with brands like Ultra and New Balance and Hoka, and they came and said, we need to have Vibram. So it's great to see the largest athletic brand in the world realize there's one area that they could succeed with. And so,
In these 3 years.
That's right.
yeah, so, and they're super excited to work with us. So this is the Ultra. There's only going to be about 250 pairs made, and I'll let you speak to it, Dom.
Yeah, so this is the Ultrafly, more or less. I think I don't even have that version pulled up, but they came to us with more or less something similar to this, and they want to use light-based technology. So originally it was color damped, where we had 3 or 4 different colors in the sole, and now with light-based, it's going to be all one color, but we still have the aesthetic of like fake color damps. We're working with Kyle right now to get this finalized and hopefully sent out today, so we can meet our deadlines.
Kyle is the Nike guy, yeah?
Kyle is the Nike designer, correct. Yeah, so, I mean, overall, we've just been going a little bit back and forth. They've done performance tests on them, and they say that they've come back well, but they just want Vibram compound on them. So this one wasn't super design intensive, but it is proving to be a lot of back and forth revision with Kyle because he's very stubborn about lug placement and having lugs be whole and no halves. He wants a stock rubber aesthetic with performance benefits. So we're just going back and forth a little bit on that, but it's been a good process working with them.
And this one will be out in?
I think they want June. They want it on their runners' feet in June.
This one is a super fast lane.
So this one has to be on runners' feet, racers' feet. So that's why this will be approved by the end of the day.
This one is before the time. This one is before the time.
Yeah, this one, if you want to see design in action, this is by the end of the day. So if you can indulge me, I have 3 more programs. We'll take 15 minutes.
And then we go for lunch.
Okay. And then, the next program I'll put you guys on the spot is the carbon program. So Dustin and Peter can come up. What you guys have seen, there's a couple of different ways we're taking carbon, and the first is the obvious, which is we want to put it in shoes, which we're training. The other one is we want to sort of use it as a light-based franchise. Again, you hear me speak about franchise a lot, because franchising is if you've already invested $1 in a name, spend a little bit more time explaining the name and putting products behind it, so you don't have to spend money on new names. So light-based, that everybody knows here, so imagine a light-based Supreme that's visual, and imagine that backed by carbon. So this is an idea that we're playing with right now, and that'll be a TF for you, that will scale all your thunder and go into it.
Thank you, Chad. So just need a little bit left over. Carbotex is a brand. It's an ingredient brand like Vibram is. And the advantage that they have in the carbon fiber plate market is that they can make a plate which flexes in one direction. So, for example, when this is inside the shoe, you want to have maximum propulsion with your sole. So it's stiff this way. And then when you flex, toes coming down, this plate will flex. So it flexes one way, stiff in the other direction. So it's a unique aspect to Carbotec's own technology. And what we're looking at is creating a technologic advantage in Vibram soles by adding Carbotex. So our testing is around how do you add it to rubber, how do you add it to an insole, and it helps to develop our engine program and make it stronger. So we have some examples. Right now these are so these are some cosmetic examples. The ones that Jay showed you. Here's a proposal so we can show it to Maryland. So these are simple executions just by cementing. But our testing, these are connected, so connection lab. Not yet. So we're doing some proof now. This is a sample that Jay showed to the carbon fiber behind the sole. So that would be an integration with rubber. Another example in BFF. Who knows if this is a functional application for 5 fingers, but it's something interesting for visual.
And then Dustin, do you have a version that you're playing with right now?
Very crude.
Yeah.
Jay, do you have the one with the PU?
No.
Okay. We also were exploring it with PU inside the military trainer at North Brookfield to make some testing on that one. And embedding it in the polyurethane. It seems to stick really well from the PU. So that's a strong potential. And with rubber, we've done tons of testing.
Right here.
Okay, thank you. So we're starting with some testing there. You can see it integrated with the rubber there. So that one is called OmniFlex, and that can flex in many directions. Carbotec's application for that version is more in the upper to keep it very stiff. So you could use it in climbing shoes or bicycle.
That's the military.
Okay. So here's it inside the PU. We just placed the plate inside the PU, and then we connected it to the rubber. So the bonding there is very strong, but we're doing a spectrum of experiments.
So why the military trainer, excuse me, why the military trainer is important, because right now you're seeing it in the military, you use carbon plate, probably not because the heat associated won't pass the test. But what it's doing is it's giving us insight as we want to go ahead and we believe, we're big believers in the domestic opportunity for making running shoes in the U.S. because you are seeing it. We know it's happening. You're seeing PU making a comeback in athletic running shoes. You know, for a fact that Adidas makes significant investment in lightweight PUs. You need specialized machines. Thanks to our senior leadership in Italy, we're pretty close to getting a PU machine that will be capable of delivering us running grade PU material. And why that's important is that not only we start making black, we can start making white, and we can start making different colors, and then we can start making shoes that you see here from a brand called Penn State, our friend David Villar there. And so these are shoes that are being sold physically and also shown through NFTs. And we also know, I'll put Lawrence on the spot, that New Balance has expressed an interest that if we can make performance-grade shoes here locally in North Brookfield, then they're interested in our business. So this is all about giving diversification in the North Brookfield plant. Everything we're showing you pretty much has the opportunity for a North Brookfield application, including, I'll read that into the 5 figures explorations that we're doing, and then we'll wrap it up with one more project.
Okay, back to me. We've been working on 5 fingers. Do you want to do yours first?
We did it yesterday.
We did it yesterday. We should actually end the live.
So we're testing molding 5 finger soles in North Brookfield, And traditionally, we haven't had to work with toes, so that's a big challenge. So we've done some with traditional trimming using scissors and the trimming tools they use at the factory. And then yesterday, you might have seen these trials with Andy, where we use the fabric to deflash the sole. So that seems like a cool way to save money and a more efficient process. So we have 5 Fingers US. We also have collaborations, which I know Mark will have tons of that going on outside. We have a couple of collaborations working right now. One is with Brand Black, a small sneaker company here in the US. And so this is their first design. They're working on an update to this one. I'll pass this around. This is a 3D printed sole, so it's solid. So this one's inspired by outdoor, very thick. It's quite different from 5 Fingers' normal ethos. We can imagine that for, say, around holiday or spring 24. If everything lines up, right? So that's Brand Black. Separately, we're working with a little company called I Love You So Much, and we love them so much. So I'll ask you to gather around. You can look at these prototypes. These are on our KSO original 5 Finger sole, and this is a women's potential program. We have 5 different designs, and these would be more comfortable.
What do you think, Italian girls?
These are the first
This is a
round, so-
female version, so this is a company that is mainly focused on was mainly focused on.
Please.
Oh, that's all.
I love you, Jack.
They kind of. Excuse is different. Ed è rosso con.
Marco, that's why I gave you